I guess where do I start? First of all, before I even begin, I want to say excuse the camera quality. It's kind of the only webcam that I found laying around. And since I just wanted to try out how this stuff actually works, I figured, hey, you know, put it up. I'll order a new camera at some point once I get this stuff figured out. But yeah, so welcome. Obviously, I don't have to tell you what channel name it is because you can fucking see that at the top, but just for formality's sake, it's welcome to German Chevy's stream channel. Obviously, if you're watching this for the first time because this is my first fucking video. So, I'm just gonna start talking about what this channel is gonna be about, then I'm just gonna start playing or doing some quests here, and then speaking about some random shit. So this channel, or this Twitch stream, is, at least what I have in mind, is that I'm just going to start playing Classic, talking about Classic, just doing some gameplay, questing a bit, talking about some current events, and just whatever comes into my mind. So this is really just me letting you in on what I do every night, because I have no life. So let's get into it. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm in Stranglethorn Vale. Am I? Yes, I am. So yeah, let me just get started onto that. So, I think for this to be a very nice and orderly transition and introduction, I think I should just probably speak about why I'm playing Classic WoW, what kind of relationship I have with WoW, and yeah, just everything regarding that. So I think I'll just start talking about how I started playing World of Warcraft. I started back in, damn dude, let me think. I think I started back in like 2013 or 2014, sometime around that time. I started playing WoW in Cataclysm, and the reason that I started playing WoW is because I kind of grew up watching two of my cousins play World of Warcraft, and I was always like super fascinated. And whenever they weren't playing, I would always ask to like make a tune on their accounts and just kind of play for the 1 or 2 hours that they wouldn't be playing per day. And kind of fell in love with the game at like 7 or 8 or 9 years old, something like that. And always told myself like, wow, as soon as I have my own PC and have the possibility to, I really want to play World of Warcraft. So, as luck would have it, at like 13 or 14, I got my first PC that was worth anything or could run anything. And then I started playing WoW. So yeah, that's essentially how I got started. And before, I know some of you are going to be like, yeah, why are you level 28 in Stranglethorn Vale? I know, just that hunter lifestyle. But yeah, so I started playing in Cataclysm. The first class I ever played, or class race combo, since that's kind of what everyone seems to be talking about, was I think the very first tune I made was a mistake there. By the way, I'm gonna get this out of the way now, just so that there are absolutely no misconceptions. I am not a very good WoW player, as you can see. This is, come on. Wow, I think I actually might be a little bit too early in this zone, but whatever. Yeah, so, just gonna get that out of the way. I'm not a good WoW player by any stretch of that imagination, but I do my best. So, it kind of makes sense that I play a hunter, right? No, okay, back to the story. I started playing in Kata, and the first tune I ever rolled was a undead or forsaken rogue. Probably not the best introduction to WoW, because I think, as anyone knows, rogues have a pretty high learning curve, or pretty steep learning curve, for that matter. That's not to say that other classes don't, but or that people can't just start out playing a rogue. I know people who can. My cousin is one of these freaks who just started out playing rogue right away and just jammed with it. But basically, as my first tune, I struggled a lot. Was really a mess. To be fair, I don't understand how to play rogue till this day, so the fact that I didn't get it back then doesn't really surprise me. But yeah, so I leveled that tune, I think, to like level 24, and then I kind of gave up and was like, dude, I think I'm too stupid to play WoW. Like, what the hell? But, you know, when I was a kid, this worked just fine on my cousin's account. But after getting to like level 24, I just kind of opted out. And I mean, again, people who play Classic can be like, well, level 24 is not that bad. And you have to realize, back in Kata, level 24 was like, I don't know, a day and a half worth of game time. And so it took me like a week to get there. That's just because I'm a dumbass. But yeah, I realized like, okay, maybe I suck so much at this because I'm not a good rogue player. Which is true. Up to this day, I'm definitely not a good rogue player. But after that, I started to roll a what was it? I think it was a human mage. Was my next tune? Yep, a human mage. And that was actually quite a lot of fun. I liked the playstyle a lot. I think what really kind of drew me to it in Kata was the fact that, like, unlike here in Classic WoW, there's not a lot of downtime mana-wise. Wow, I really should have actually stayed in 1,000 Needles or another zone for longer, but whatever. I'm here now, so I'm just gonna go through it. But yeah, what I really liked about playing Mage back in Kata was that, like, there wasn't so much downtime because, again, Kata was already that phase in retail WoW where the skill cap wasn't really that high for any class. So I was able to actually level that mage to like level 54. Now actually that's not that true. I think I got to level like 58 or 59, and then my parents had actually purchased Wrath of the Lich King for me, because back then, I don't know how it is today because I don't play retail WoW. But my parents back then essentially bought me the expansion because they knew that I was leveling. Oh, I told them that I was leveling up in the game and wanting to kind of, you know, get involved with some more content, because I think when I bought the game, Burning Crusade was part of it, like part of the base price, and then Wrath of the Lich King was the first expansion you still had to buy. Which I thought back then was ridiculous. Like, if it's not the actual current game, you know, why are you making me pay for it? But whatever, just Blizzard things. So I leveled it to like 58 or 59, the mage, and then I realized, like, wait a second, if I get this expansion, it opens me up to playing a Death Knight, right? So made a Death Knight, rolled that tune. Had some fun with it, but again, for some reason, I was just too stupid to play a DK, or I just actually... that's really not to my credit saying that, because DKs aren't really that hard to play. But I noticed just that, like, okay, it's just not the class for me. So I was kind of sitting there, and I was like, god damn, this is legit the third character I'm rolling, and I've not made it to max. I've not even made it to like level 70 at this point, or 60 at this point. Pardon me. And so I just took a long hard look at myself, and I was like, dude, maybe you're just too dumb to play WoW, or like you just have too short of an attention span, which keep in mind, this is in retail WoW Cataclysm, so you don't need a really big attention span to be, you know, successful at that game. Or at least max out a character. So I took a long hard look at myself, and for those of you who are wondering why these guys aren't fucking destroying me right now, is because I don't play on a PvP server. I just don't feel like it. Hate me all you want, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, so I took a long hard look at myself and started thinking about, like, well, okay, dude, this next tune that you roll, you you really should at least get it to like level 60. Because again, as soon as I started the DK, I kind of dropped the mage. I think I even deleted the mage, which was really stupid. Again, this is. I mean, anyone who plays classic is like, dude, you got really far, and no, dude, Kata is something totally different, or retail WoW, for that matter. There's just no like actual investment of time required. So yeah, I eventually ended up rolling a Blood Elf Paladin, my first Horde character. Up until this point, my DK was a Night Elf, so yeah, my very first Horde character. And what I noticed straight away was actually that the playstyle, for whatever reason, really spoke to me. You know, that simple paladin playstyle with, you know, blessings and auras and seals and judgment and all that crap, and then just basically auto-attacking your mob to death. Although that really wasn't the case in Kata, because, you know, retail WoW had kind of gone to that like arcade style game. It wasn't so bad in Kata, to be fair, but again, there's no comparison to classic. But yeah, so I started playing a paladin, Blood Elf Paladin, really liked it, and this was on summer break. I was at my grandma's place here in Germany, and basically had nothing else to do other than just play WoW. So I ended up actually leveling it to, and then I got some money from my grandma, because I was like, look, there's this game that I want to buy. I didn't tell her that it was a game I was already playing. But I essentially told her, like, yeah, I'm dead. I am fucked. That's another funny thing about classic WoW. See, when shit like this happens, especially when you're in a zone that you're too low level for, you're fucked. Yeah, it's so annoying how my pet doesn't have enough, or isn't high enough level, or doesn't do enough damage to actually hold aggro. Yeah. Wow. Where was I? Sorry, by the way, bear with me, this is in fact my first stream, so if it's really sucky, of course it is. I've never done this before. Yeah, I'm fucked. Legit, no health, no nothing. No. Yeah, by the way, if you see this and you're cringing, fucking go ahead and do that and leave me some hateful comments. No such thing as bad publicity, right? Yeah, no. Where was I? Yeah, I had nothing else to do for the whole summer, and I think I got my paladin up to, what was it, 83? Yeah, 83. And then I had to go back home, because school was starting again. And then I spent I would stay up at night secretly without my mom knowing, and just level the crap out of my paladin until I finally hit 85. And once I hit 85 with my paladin, also thanks to my guild back then, sadly I have no idea what the guild was called anymore, and I have no idea what server it was on. Like back then, I didn't really pay attention to that kind of stuff, sadly. Because I really do wish that I would have made some more meaningful WoW memories. But that's a point that I'm going to get to later on. No. Where was I? Yeah, so I finally dinged the level cap, which was 85 in Kata. I was really happy about that. And, immediately, well, to be fair, during the whole leveling process, I would also always just hop into battlegrounds and stuff like that. Yeah, my pet is not holding any aggro. It's super annoying. Can you growl at this thing, please? God damn it. Part of me is telling myself to just go back to a zone that's more appropriate for my level, and And another part of me is just like, dude, you're already here. Yeah, so during the whole leveling process, I just basically was PvPing here and there with like the pre-made, or no, not the pre-made battlegrounds, but the battlegrounds that you could queue for, like down here in the menu bar. Yeah, retail kata. And I had a lot of fun in PvP. I didn't really like PvE for some reason. Like I did dungeons, here and there, but like it was never really my thing. But thanks to my guild, as soon as I hit 85, we had this like PvP group, and we would queue up as a party and just kind of grind out honor points so that I could get my PvP gear. And it was actually fun. Like those 2 or 3 months that we ground out, like all of us to PvP gear, it was a good time, and I met some pretty good friends, who I then actually got to know personally. It was a good time. But basically, my WoW journey, and if anyone's wondering now why I'm just like kind of faffing about here, I'm trying not to pull too much aggro from my pet. That was a mistake probably. No, that was fine. Yeah, so once I got pretty geared, PvP wise, around that time, Blizzard announced that Mob, or Mists of Pandaria, was going to be the next expansion. And now, I don't like to say this because it makes me seem like a really shallow person, but I didn't like the idea at all of having fucking pandas in WoW. So I was already starting to be like, God, you know, I came in such a lame ass time. Like kata, since I never really got into like the PvE side of things, just because it like never interested me. I didn't really get into raiding and stuff like that. I did a couple raids using like LFR because why not? Retail WoW, right? Yeah, that was a mistake, dude. But yeah, because I never really got into the story, at some point I just kind of figured like, okay, I don't know, mob's not really for me. And at the same time, I was in middle school at this time, so I decided like, okay, you know, maybe it's time to quit WoW after only having played it for like 6 months. And I was having trouble at school, so at some point I was kind of like, okay, maybe it's time to quit WoW. And I didn't really have anyone to play with at my school because everyone thought WoW was gay, which kind of is. Yeah. So I quit WoW like as soon as MoP launched. I remember that pretty distinctly, which I found was a shame because, like, mind you, I'd spent like a couple years in my childhood like hyping myself up about like, when I get a PC I'm gonna play WoW, and then finally I do it, and then I only played for like 6 months, which by the way says a lot about the state of retail WoW. Yeah, so I'm just gonna let my pet do some aggro there, or do some damage to gain some aggro. Yeah, after MoP, I didn't play MoP at all. Like, I totally just skipped out on that expansion. And then when I got into high school, I think it was my freshman year in high school, one of my classmates hit me up like, hey, you used to play WoW, right? Me and 2 other guys are also playing right now. I'm like, oh, really? What? You know, because like, I thought like everyone at my school just thought that WoW was fucking gay. So I was like, and then he basically asked me like, you want to come play with us? And I was like, yeah, sure, I don't really know you, but fine, why not? So mind you, I had just gotten so like distanced from WoW that I didn't realize they had brought out another expansion, Warlords of Draenor. So I was like, hey, maybe, you know, I mean, at least the aesthetics of Warlords of Draenor were significantly better, in my opinion, than that of Mists of Pandaria. So yeah, I just started playing a human priest, I think, because I remember logging back into my account and having just absolutely no interest in playing my paladin for some reason. I was like, I want to try something new. Let's try the caster version of my class, so priest. Oof, I'm having issues. Yeah, pretty severely at that. Let's see how the stream's going. Is that okay? I don't know. My internet's kind of a bit buggy the whole day. Strange that I'm getting that, but I'm not. Wow. Internet's fine. Yeah, okay. Just WoW being WoW again. Yeah, excuse me for switching in between windows. I know that's kind of annoying, but I gotta do what I gotta do. I haven't figured this whole thing out yet. Where was I? Warlords of Draenor, exactly. Started playing that. I was at least like, okay, well the aesthetics are a lot better than Mists of Pandaria. Started playing it. Human Priest, because again, just a caster variant of my class Paladin, because I just for some reason didn't want to like get back into learning how to play Paladin after like quitting for a year or longer. It must have been longer. So I started playing with my friends. I still had some heirlooms left over. Because I remember on my Paladin I always wanted to sort of alt a Warlock, so I like farmed all of the heirloom stuff. Actually, I just realized I don't fucking need these tigers anymore. Let's go look for those panthers. I might have a better chance on the other side. Where was I? Yeah, so I rerolled the priest, got to like level 72 in like a week and a half, just because I would basically play like all the time after school. Actually no, a week and a half is probably stretching it. It was more like 3 weeks or something like that. I gotta remember that I need to not pull so much aggro whilst leveling here, because it might just be too much. Damn. Yeah, my internet. I don't know if. Yeah, it is my internet. In any case, I kind of just got bored of the priest. Again, I'm noticing that actually most classes in WoW are just too fucking boring for me, or I just have too little of an attention span. At that point, I was kind of like, because my friends had started playing WoW like a month and a half before me. And so they were already basically max level. I think, what was it in WoW? 90? No, 90 was Pandaria. So it must have been 100, I think. Yeah, I think it was 100. And so I basically decided, like, fuck it. I'm gonna ask my dad for his credit card information. I'm just gonna have him boost a character for me. So I boosted, I think, what was it? Actually, I think I even boosted my priest. Did I? No, I boosted a mage. Yeah, see, again, this just speaks to how, like, unfucking memorable retail WoW has become, or even was back then, because I don't even remember what tunes I rolled. But yeah, so I boosted a mage, played that, because I was like, mage has always kind of been fun, like glass cannon thing. I've just been too stupid to roll one, or just, you know, too short attention span. Boosted that, and then my friends quit like legit 6 weeks after that, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna play WoW alone on a tune that, like, I didn't even roll, so I have no friends on it and stuff, no memories, so I legit quit the game again, cancelled my subscription, and just kind of moved on with life. And at that point, in the back of my head, like, WoW was always kind of that thing that I really wanted to play as a kid. It was like kind of one of those never meet your heroes things. So I legit didn't play WoW for a couple years. Actually, for a long ass time. I came back. I came back in Legion. That's because when I moved to Germany, my cousin told me like, "Hey, look, I have some spare time for the next 6 months. You wanna play WoW together again?" I was like, "Dude, yeah, you got me into WoW, so like, you might as well play with me now, right?" Oof, I can sell that. So yeah, we started playing WoW together again. We both made this stupid decision of just boosting characters. So I came back in Legion, boosted a Shaman, realized that Shaman is fun. But I saw again, like a similar thing to my Mage back in Kata. I saw that there was a new hero class, the Demon Hunter. And I was pretty, like, you know, try it out. Maybe it's not really something for you, but you'll never know till you try it. And then pretty quickly realized, like, actually, dude, Demon Hunter is fun. I love the playstyle, this like crazy jumpy, like casty thing. I liked it. You know, a lot of people like dog on the DH for being like a jack of all trades, king of none. Yeah, but that's what I kind of liked about it. It was like a fun, dynamic, and like flashy class to play. So, you know, fuck it. I actually made the Demon Hunter in Legion, and my cousin quit like 3 weeks after starting WoW. But I actually tried to go through Legion. I just did some PvP, some raiding here and there. But then again, the fact that that was like 2 or 3 years ago, and I remember absolutely nothing from that time, is also a testament to how just like unmemorable retail is. So after Legion, I quit again because I was tied up at university doing stuff. And then I heard that Classic was coming out, but again, I just had too much to do in that first phase at university that I was kind of like, nah, dude. And so I actually only started playing Classic in the summer of 2020. And for those of you who are wondering, like, well, wait a minute, you say that you, like, obviously you're leveling a hunter, so you didn't just start playing Classic in the summer of 2020, otherwise you would have a max character. Yeah, I quit WoW in some phase between that again, also because of university this time. So I've always kind of put school or education before video games, strangely. But yeah, so in my first attempt at Classic, I was like, look, let's go back to your roots. And I rolled a human paladin. And actually, with my girlfriend, I started playing. She rolled a human warrior, because she saw me playing WoW one evening and was like, dude, I want to play this. And so we got her a subscription. It ran on her laptop, so why not? And then we essentially just started playing WoW together, and I think we got my warrior and her paladin up to like level 38, and that took us a long ass time. Especially because she thought that I was some kind of WoW master because I'd played so much of it before, but the truth is, I knew nothing about Classic, and I was just as new to the whole game as she was. But what stood out to me almost immediately about Classic, I hope my pet survives this, was not just the immersion into like the zone. That's what immediately stood out to me. It's that you actually felt some sort of danger or threat in the zone, because it was a dangerous place. Like, you didn't just like waltz through a zone and I'm dead. But yeah, you didn't just waltz through a zone and everything that came before your eyes just got instantly murdered. No. If you, like, even with the paladin and with my girlfriend as a DPS warrior, even the two of us, if we pulled one, maybe no, like one mob was easy for us. 2 mobs, that was already kind of stretching it. 3, both of us knew, like, if we accidentally aggroed a 3rd mob, we both knew that's it. We're dead, right? Actually, I think the raptors might be a little bit too high for me. I'm gonna go hand in these quests. But yeah, so immediately we realized, like, dude, this, even the starter zone, because we both played humans, so Elwyn Forest, and later the second zone that we got into, Westfall, we felt that, like, dude, you've got to be on your toes. This world feels dangerous, right? And that's what kind of immediately stood out to me. It's just like how immersed I was into the zone, and I actually started reading quests and not just like clicking and accepting them and then looking on your map where to go to and then just running there, killing or collecting something and then fucking off back to the quest giver. No, we would always collect like a bundle of quests, if you will, and then we would go out into the world, spend an hour to an hour and a half out there just barely trying to survive, because we both sucked. Actually, mostly I sucked. My girlfriend, surprisingly, for a first-time WoW player, was actually not halfway bad at playing a warrior, which I never thought. I always pegged her for the kind of person who would play, you know, priest or warlock, but I stand corrected, obviously. Give me a second to concentrate here. That's what I thought. I might be too low for the... Huh? Didn't I just do 10 of those? Oof. Okay. Crossroads. I don't know. Wait, actually... Sorry, I'll get back to the story in a second. Let me just kind of figure out what the fuck I'm doing here. No. Yeah, I feel like that might actually be better for me. Yeah, it looks like I'm going back. Okay, it was fun here while it lasted. I'll come back to this though. I need to untrack them first, 'cause I don't want them clogging up. So yeah, this will actually give me some time to speak to you guys properly. Where was I? Yeah, so we both really enjoyed playing the game because it was kind of like, you know, you actually felt a sense of danger out in the world. We really got immersed into it. Stuff at university picked up for me as well, so we kind of had to quit the game again, which was a shame. Just for the sake of the stream, I'm gonna walk there. But what really stood out to me is like we never made it to max, and we did a couple dungeons here and there, but like nothing ever really serious or extremely threatening. But what really stood out to us was just like, or stood out to me at least, was how immersed I was. Like I actually felt like a bond to my character. And like gear and leveling and talents and spells actually fucking mattered. That's what stood out to me. Like you couldn't just like run through the game and still be an absolute god. I mean, you can still just like waltz through WoW as I am with this hunter. Like I have no fucking idea what I'm doing, but you can still be kind of okay. But if you really want to excel and not just have a bad experience, you've got to put some thought into what you're doing, which is bad for me because my cognitive ability to think is fucking sub-average. In any case, I quit WoW again for like the third time in my life. My girlfriend's quit until today. She wants to start, but she's got too much to do. And then COVID happened. Actually, forgive me, I made a mistake with the dates. I did start playing in 2019, in late 2019, like in the summer of 2019, and then I quit towards the winter. And then COVID happened. And then, God, I haven't even read up if you can say that word here on Twitch, but whatever. So once COVID hit, me and my girlfriend were kind of trapped at home again because quarantine and all that good stuff. So I started playing video games again, like in excess. But I didn't play WoW actually, which looking back now was a stupid mistake. I should have actually gotten into this classic game to be better prepared for when TBC comes out. But no, I actually started playing Arma like in an excessive amount. Arma 3. Still kind of play nowadays, but I'm trying to get away from that because it's just like I realized it wasn't healthy for me, the whole Milsim thing. I was in like 2 or 3 different groups, and it's just not fucking fun anymore. Where was I? Yeah, so a year later, a year after COVID hit, I'm sort of sitting in my apartment like, well, I start working in September, done with university for now. What do I do up until that point? And then I was like, bruh, classic WoW. It just kind of hit me in the shower one morning. I was like, fuck it, why not? So I downloaded it again, and then just started. I paid for a subscription, which was fucking new to me, because I was kind of like, dude, I have to wait till September because money's kind of tight right now. But whatever, fuck it, PayPal, here you go. And then I just started playing WoW again. So here I am, and then again, this is what I wanted to get into. Why did I choose to play classic WoW when honestly, if I was really after an experience that was more like, you know, just plug and play, just go, beat the shit out of everything, then I should have just gone to retail and boosted a char, and then like I would have been in the same exact spot that I was with the other times that I did that. I would probably have quit by now, and I started 2 weeks ago. But this time I was like, okay, look, instead of trying to take the classic experience for like, oh, let's see how fast you can get to 60, this time I was like, let's see how much story, how much experience you can take with you on the way to 60, because honestly at this point, like, there's no motivation for me to rush to 60. Sure, I'll probably miss out on like all the vanilla raids and stuff, because by the time I'm 60 with this character and geared up, it'll be TBC. But that doesn't matter to me. I'm like legit, I'm kind of here to kill time till September and just have some fun along the way. So, and I knew that retail wasn't going to give me that experience. I knew that if I really wanted something that I could immerse myself into, or like I'll just fucking level with you guys to escape into, retail WoW, sorry, excuse me, classic WoW is definitely the way to go for that. And so that's essentially what I'm fucking doing right now. Yeah, so how did I end up playing a troll hunter? Honestly, I didn't even like put much thought into this. I just knew, like, I knew in my heart, like, there's one class that I never played or even just twinked or alted in all of my WoW time, and that was hunter. Because because I remember when I was rolling my my very first rogue, the undead rogue, I remember like reading up some like WoW memes where like everyone thought hunters were retarded, and then I made my own experiences and realized that hunters are always fucking retarded. And so it's the only class that I never played. And then when I was making, when I just restarted like 2 weeks ago, I realized like, well, wait a second, I'm fucking retarded. So there's only one class for me to play, and that's hunter. And then I just thought about, okay, well, what race do you play? And I was like, there's also one race that I've never played, and that was troll. So fucking play troll. So here I am. That's actually, that fucking took a long time to say basically nothing. Well, that doesn't matter. So here I am, playing classic WoW, level 28, troll hunter. Started, actually, let's look at my playtime. Jesus Christ, other people are like, would be way ahead of me, but then again, that's reiterating my point. I'm not trying to fucking speedrun this, I'm trying to actually enjoy this. So yeah, that's actually all that I'm probably gonna say for this stream. Just keep it short, first stream, introductions. I'm not gonna fucking burden you with this shitty ass camera quality that I have. So thank you guys if you've watched until this point. Why am I even saying that? It's not a video, it's a stream, and I can't see who is watching. Probably 0 people. I've probably just been talking to my fucking self this whole time. But it doesn't matter, because I'm having fun with it. So, I don't know what my stream schedule is gonna be. I have no fucking idea. I'm just gonna do this whenever I feel like doing this. I'm probably gonna re-upload this as a video because I have nothing else to do. So if you've got to this point, thank you for watching. And I'll see you fuckers when I stream next. Thank you. So now I have to fucking alt tab and stop the stream because I don't know how to do that. Cheers.